In today's video, we have a lot of fun stuff to list. You guys will remember the haul that I recorded a few days ago now, where I picked up a ton of different things from Value Village, a couple different, interesting items like microphones, baby cameras, we got a Wii console in there, we got a whole bunch of really cool items. And so I'm thinking about trying to go to Value Village, hopefully this coming weekend, which by the time this video comes out will have already passed, so hopefully I did manage to go. But with all that coming in, I want to get this stuff listed and all up on eBay so I have room for more of the new stuff. So with that all in mind, I wanted to jump right into today's video and go ahead and again get all that stuff tested, listed, gone through, and see what we can make on eBay for it. Real quick, if you guys are new here, I'm the Commonlad. I make tons of different videos surrounding reselling things on eBay, selling things on Shopify, and doing Instagram theme page kind of content. If it sounds like stuff that interests you, please consider subscribing. And with that out of the way, I think we should just jump right into it. Let's do a quick recap of what we sort of picked up in that haul. I'll just sort of go over what we need to test, and then we'll get right into listing things on eBay. All right, so right now on top here, we have the baby cameras I picked up. These ones are gonna be very easy to test. We're just going to plug them in, make sure they all turn on, and that'll be that for those. So very easy thing to do. We'll get those listed for sure. We've got this Wii Fit Plus board that is brand new in the box, so I'm not going to test it because I don't want to take it out of the wrap, but I might just pull it out for the pictures and get that all done. But that should be a very easy one as well. So these items are basically already done. Over here, a couple of the microphones that I picked up. I talked about these last time as kind of that one thing that I think people pass on because they don't know anything about them, but they can be worth a lot of money. This is an HDT P98 Pro. This one I think was worth more out of the two. Really nice shape overall, very good cosmetic condition. We should be able to get upwards of $100 for that one, and this one right around that $100 mark, maybe a little bit lower. But this is the Sherman microphone. This is model, what is this? The DM905, again, in fantastic cosmetic condition. I wonder sometimes if these were maybe donated by the same people. We've also got one more microphone back here. I haven't looked this one up, which I mentioned in the last video. This is some dynamic microphone, which probably suggests that it's somewhat decent. It's GDM239. It's by Garda, something like that. It is broken. If it's worth anything, I will look it up. It's in very bad cosmetic condition. If it's worth anything, I will list it for parts as is and maybe sell for $5, $10, 20 bucks, whatever, depending on how much it's worth. If not, I'm just going to toss that one in the garbage. So that's what we got there. In here, we have a couple things. You'll remember this Guitar Hero microphone. That one will be very easy to test and list, so we'll get that done for sure. Unfortunately, these 360 controllers will not be listed today. I'm still waiting on my controller backings order to come in, and until that comes in, I cannot do anything for these. So these guys are going to sit a little longer, wait with the other ones that I have. Next, we have the Wii console. Paid $30 on it. If you guys remember, there was actually a game in here as well. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to list the console alone with cables and just see how much we can get for it. We're probably looking at, on the lower end of things, probably $40 or $50. It's not going to be too great. So this was not necessarily the great find unless you bundle it all together with, a game and the remote control and the sensor bar. All things that I could add, but they're not part of the new store. That would have to take them on my video game store, which I think would just be, I don't know, it would just be, not worth it at the end of things. But anyway, we're just going to list the console as is. Hopefully we can get $50, $60 for it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the game out of there. I'm going to list it separately for $25, $30, and that should cover our cost, obviously, and make us some money on that deal. So we're going to do well on this console, luckily, because of that game. Overall, though, again, I'm thinking about it, and maybe this wasn't the best pickup without the sensor bar and without any sort of controllers. I think a full bundle, you can get, $90, $100 with a game. This one, on the other hand, we're probably not looking at that. I will look, actually. Maybe if I have a sensor bar, that would be another thing to bundle in there. But if not, we're just going to be selling it like that. One last thing here as well, PS2 controller, quick test, quick list. That will be a nice, easy one to do. So what are we looking at? We got all that stuff. We got all this stuff. We got all this stuff minus these. We're looking at maybe, 7, 8, maybe 10 items tops. 7 items. That's how many we had to list. So that's not going to be hard at all. We'll get them done here pretty quickly. Just got to get everything tested. So let me go around, start testing up all the electronics, and then we'll get to the microphones here separately. I'll show you how I test those. Well, guys, a little bit of bad news on the Wii Fit Plus board here. We did get it all out of the box here. There are some sealed legs in here as well as the sealed manual. And the Wii Fit board appeared sealed, but unfortunately it's not. Now, that's not going to be a problem. We're still going to be able to get $50, $60 for this unit, so I'm not too upset about that at all. But you'll see here, there are some batteries in there. Luckily, we've got no corrosion, so we will be good to go on this. Flipping it over, though, you can see there's a couple marks. Those are actually on the board here. The board is in very good shape overall. It's been kept nicely, obviously. Now, again, I'm not sure if this is supposed to come with the game. I'm fairly certain there's supposed to be the Wii Fit Plus game in this box, obviously. I think that would make a lot of sense. So I'm going to see if I have one. If I don't, then we will just sell it like this. But if I do, I'm going to bundle it with the game, and ideally we can get some great money for it. Well, guys, we're not off to a super start here. I've got the PS2 controller plugged in, and absolutely nothing. This thing does not work at all. So that's probably a flop of a buy. It's also really dirty and gross. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just give it a quick clean, and then I'm going to list it on eBay for parts as is for $5 and see if somebody buys it. But overall, yeah, we got kind of a bad buy on this one. Okay, guys, so let's really quickly jump into more of the technical side of testing things. This is something that obviously not all of you guys will probably be able to do, but I still want to break it down in case you're able to find microphones or other sort of audio equipment and you want to test them and you want to know maybe what you need to test these kind of things. I'm going to break it all down right now. So this is what is this, a 15 channel mixer, 16 channel mixer? So it's pretty standard. You can get these things at, swap shops or whatever, but if you're just testing microphones and you're looking to test things, I would recommend getting a much smaller one. They make little digital ones now, and there's a whole bunch of different options for testing microphones. You definitely don't need to go for something this big. This is a very vintage or retro almost one nowadays, but they do cost, I don't know, maybe a few $100s here or there, but you can definitely get some good deals on them. I've even seen them at Value Village before, so if you keep your eye out, you could get a good deal on a little mini one. I sold a Fostex mini one the other day, as you guys saw, for around $100. So anyway, we've got the mixer here. What I have here is a XLR to RCA cable, then going into an RCA to quarter-inch converter. I don't have an XLR to quarter-inch cable, but that's all right. And this is a female XLR, and on this end, and you'll see that the microphones here, they all have male XLR ends. So we're gonna try to plug it in here, and we're gonna see if the microphones work. Basically, this is it. So I plugged the mic into channel 7 here, which is where I am. I've got channel 7 queued up. I've got my mains up, and then I've got my my amp here queued over to video 1, which is what the mixer is being plugged in through. If we have any luck here, and I'm just plugging it in, hold on. If we have any luck here, we should be able to. That was a good sign. I just saw some green. We should be able to get some noise out of this mic. So if I turn it on and I check, hello, hello, check, check, we can see we have our signal coming through there. That means that we just don't have our volume up. So let me double check that. Let me turn the volume up on the unit here. Check, check, check. You can hear that the microphone is working, and it's coming through both sides, which is fantastic. So that means that this microphone is working. I'll stop talking through it because it's probably annoying, but there we go. It's just a very simple way to test these microphones, very quick and easy. Okay, guys, so I just finished testing the two microphones. Unfortunately, and this has kind of been a bad day so far because, again, we've already lost the PS2 controller. This HET one works great. That's good because that's the more valuable one of the two. But this one, I couldn't get any sound out of. I tried to switch to a full XLR cable that just went XLR to XLR. But I still didn't get any sort of signal out of it. I figured it might be needing some phantom power, but that wasn't the case. So I'm not sure what the deal is. The top does screw off here. I looked inside. It looks like all the connections are good. So I'm just going to have to list this one again as not working. And maybe, somebody could buy it for, $20, $30 maybe and try to fix it. I don't know. But hopefully we can get something for it. In good news, though, we have the Wii here that I just turned on. And it is actually working. It's right up here. We've got Mario Party 8 in there, which is working as well. I'm going to check the condition of the disc. If it's really bad, I'll give it a refurb. But otherwise, we will list that disc separately as is. That's the Wii, though. And it's already basically blank. Like, there's nothing on here. So I think we're going to be good to go on that. And I'm just going to really quickly hook up a controller, make sure everything is working. Other than that, though, I think we're good to go. All right, guys, so finally, here's what we're working with here. I have the Wii, and it's all tested and ready to go, so that's fantastic. I did manage to find one of my extra sensor bars. I thought I wasn't going to be able to find them for a second, but then I found the whole stash of them. So we've got one there to throw in, a brand new one of those, plus all the cables, the Nintendo branded ones. So we are good to go. This will just be a console and cables lot. I'm guessing we'll be looking at about $60, double our money on it, and then we can get $30 for that game, put us up to about $90. Minus fees, whatever, we might, walk out with, $65, $70 for our $30 investment, double our money there easily, and overall, really good find. All right, so it's time now. It looks more messy than it is, but I'm going to go ahead and get every single one of these items drafted up. Then again, my partner in this business, Airval, he'll be linked down below. He's going to go ahead and get them all listed, I think, going into next week. So they probably won't even be up by the time you watch this video, but they will be up very soon. So we'll get all these drafted, though, for him today, and then he can take care of the rest of these. Well, guys, once again, my listings were brought to a stop. I actually got every single item here up and listed, actually drafted, I should say, except for the Wii Fit board. I get over to the Wii Fit board. I've got about 4 or 5 pictures of it so far, and then I pull the batteries out. Oh, I think you guys already know what I'm going to say. Look at this. Look at this. Yep, corrosion all in here. I didn't realize that when it was in the package, the batteries looked good, but this is all totally corroded. You get so frustrated by this stuff. You're just like, why? Because I could just, list it and pretend I didn't see it and then deal with the buyer problem. I mean, that would be a bad thing to do. I could list it as, for parts now, basically, or as is, battery corrosion, untested. And then we're going to have to deal with, buyers, I don't know. We're going to not get as high a price, obviously, if we do that. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try to hold it back I'm going to try to figure out how I can clean it out, give it a test, and see if we can actually sell it. Because I've got $20 in this thing, and I don't want to lose my 20 bucks. I could probably get my 20 back with the box, maybe. But even that, it just sucks. Anyway, it's just not been a good day for testing things so far. We've got this one down, we've got the one microphone down, and we've got the PS2 controller down. I've listed them all for parts, except for this one. This one also has all the extra feet and everything. I just want to see if I can get it working, see if I can get it to sell for a better price than just parts. So we're going to hold off on this one for today, and I will have to save it for another day. But that is just, that's really unfortunate. Well, there you guys have it. So that's going to wrap up the listings for today. I did manage to get all those items drafted, but unfortunately that Wii Fit board is a big hit here in this bundle, or in this lot of things that I bought, I should say. You know, we spent almost $100 on the stuff that I got here, and now I'm, trying to figure out if that's going to be worth it, and in terms of if we're going to be able to hit that sort of margin mark that I'm trying to hit and get the returns I was looking for. The Wii and, the game that we got there, we got pretty lucky, so yeah, we got to count that one as a win. We're going to get close to 100 on it. And then the baby cameras, though, I was doing some research. It looks like they're only worth about $30. Still going to be a decent return, but not, the home run hits that we were getting on some of the baby cameras that we had before. We have, the multiple microphones. The one of them there should be around $100, but the other one, I mean, that's $100 potential, revenue that we could have had that we lost with that not working. So that's another flop. PS2 controller, same sort of deal. And then the Wii Fit board, $20 in the hole there at least, because that's what we spent on it. And then they charge a pretty high shipping price on items that big, so we're going to be looking to sell it, to somebody relatively close by, and yeah, we better just hope that they're willing to pay, unless of course we can get it working. But for the most part, we're going to have to sell it, close by, so then the shipping price isn't as high, and we're not going to get full price for the item, so it's just really unfortunate. That all being said, though, that is just part of the job, and you got to realize in reselling, you do make quite a bit of money on the actual margins on your items. We operate at a 40% margin right now, but you could definitely get that up higher depending on what you're selling. When you operate that high, you're going to have certain items that, that just don't work, and they're going to cut into that margin. They are going to, cost you money. And that's okay. It happens every once in a while. If you didn't take any of the risk at all, you would never have those big home run scores. Even that Wii, for example, if I just left it on the shelf because, I wasn't going to make enough money on it, for example, if I wasn't, 20 bucks wasn't enough to make on one item, I probably wouldn't have picked it up. I also would have lost out on the game that I got with that, which is going to bring in an extra 30, which totally makes it worth it. You win some, you lose some. That's all part of the game. I think I'm going to leave things there. Hopefully you guys found some value in this video. Again, full transparency, things didn't work. We're not going to make money on them. That's just the reality, and that's how it goes down here sometimes. So we got to just accept the fact and move on from there and try to get some better scores next time we go. Obviously, I'm probably never going to buy a PS2 controller again that has any sort of tape on it or has some sort of cut in the cable, just because it's just not worth it overall. We'll probably get $5 for that one. It'll probably sell, but it's just not worth it. So I'm just going to look for ones that are in better condition. With the microphones and stuff, it's hard to know, and for a $2, $3 investment, I'm not too upset about that. But the Wii Fit board for $20, I went from being brand new in my head to then, being worth nothing. Anyway, I won't go back into it, but overall, I'm still, relatively happy with a lot here, and we just got to do better next time. All right, so I'll end today's video there. If you guys did enjoy it, please don't forget down below. Maybe leave a comment letting me know how many items you guys deal with on a monthly basis or on a weekly basis that you buy that you think are big home runs that just end up being total flops. If you guys have any stories about that, let me know and leave them down below. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like on it, and I will see you guys all in the next video.